And with this, we conclude with our another plenary session. And now is the time for the plenary session number 9. And I'm going to call upon the speaker for the plenary session number 9. I'm talking about Dr. R. Vivekanand Rasa, lecturer, Department of Secondary and Tertiary Education, Faculty of Education, the Open University of Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka. Uh, he has presented various papers and articles in the national and international conferences, and he has been awarded by various awards and certificates in various functions internationally and nationally. And the areas of interest in research are educational management, online teaching learning, special need education, child rights, and many more. So, welcome, sir, and over to you, sir. And I want to request that please keep a watch on time because we are already 1.5 hours late. So others they are waiting for their turn, since morning. So please, it's a request to keep it a little short. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Okay. Thank you very much. Am I audible? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're
Yes.
quite audible.
Okay. Thank you. So, good evening, all of you. Uh, First of all the that organizers and especially to the Cape Comorians publishers and all speakers, participants, and everyone. So I am Mr. R. Vivekanandarasa from Sri Lanka, lecturer, Faculty of Education, Open University of Sri Lanka. So I think I have limited time. So with the limited time, I have to go very fast, I think. So I don't need to tell about me something more. Okay. Really, I'm very fascinated and I'm very much interested in this conference because almost for 2 days I'm also being joined with you all and learned a lot of things from all the speakers and participants, paper presenters, or keynote, especially from the keynote speaker. I learned a lot. So this is my time as I think being a last plenary speaker. I just want to say something about the 21st century teaching and learning. So if you allow me, can I share my PPT? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Yes, can I share my slide?
No, there is no slide from your side.
Okay, okay. Give me 2 minutes. I think I'm facing a problem. So can you please guide me? How can I share my slide here? I am facing some struggle that
So have you shared the present now? There's a button.
yes, present now. If I click the present now, present that option, there are three options. In what option I have to go? The your
You
entire
click
screen
on the first option
or
first.
entire screen. Okay.
Yeah.
Then I
Now
have
your
to.
entire screen will open. Let's wait.
Then I have to click the share. No
Yes.
share option.
Okay. You have to click OK.
Right now, okay. So can you see my presentation?
No, sir.
No,
Sir.
sir.
Oh, I think what struggle for me. Okay, now it's okay. Is it okay now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you very much.
Now you have to open your presentation. Yes, that's
Okay,
it.
okay, thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Okay, so I don't need to tell about this. I already mentioned. So my topic is. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay, okay. My topic is 21st Century Teaching and Learning Initiative. So especially I'm going to discuss with you all regarding these four questions on 21st century teaching and learning. So first of all, I will tell what is teaching and how should 21st century teaching be, and what is learning and how should 21st century learning be. Okay, let me to start my presentation with this quotation of a famous educationist John Dewey. So if we teach today's students as we taught yesterday's, we rob them of tomorrow. So as we all are educators, we should think about that the changing movement. You know that really that pandemic situation also have made so many changes. Yesterday also I read an article published by UN. Uh, it is mentioned that the education is the only field that had adapted so many changes these days because of this pandemic. Not only changes, many issues and problem also. So as we all are teachers, we have to adapt new situation, new techniques, new strategies in our teaching and learning process. So this is what that John Dewey also mentioned in this quotation. So no, you know that our education system is. I don't tell about this more about this. You know that our education system is definitely uh, something exam oriented and score oriented. To all the students are score minded. They just want to score more score in a different subject and just to complete their degrees and some grades and just want to leave quickly, and in that mindset they are. So this is what here it is explained by Einstein. Everybody is genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will be uh, it will live its whole life believing that it is stupid. So with this system, now you know the whole world, not whole, I can't say the whole world. Some Europe countries are going forward, and some Asian countries also going forward, but some of the countries, especially as South Asian countries, we are just depending on this kind of education system, score minded and exam oriented. So definitely that today's education, as I told, uh, uh, fully score oriented. You can learn that from this picture. No, I will teach you concept of physics. There is no one, but if you tell anyone, so if the teachers will they like to teach based on the score, there are so many students to learn about that. So almost they are score minded. So that is the situation of education now. So though, so we are in that kind of situation, so we are just moving forward. So we are in a different world. So the pandemic also have taught us so many things. So what we have to do in future, what will happen in future, that's definitely I have to mention here. So you know that 18th century was different. That agricultural age, it was called, it was almost based on the farmers. And after that the 19th century was industrial age, factory workers. And the 20th century, you know that information age, so knowledge workers, almost adapted by different technologies, ICT technologies and everything. With that 21st century, we are now in the conceptual age. So conceptual age is different. With technological concept, we should focus on some emotional kind of things, and different kind of emotional and related things. So Daniel Pink was that he was the person almost use this term, the conceptual age, 21st century conceptual age in this book. So I will tell little more about in the next slide. So, you know, the teaching and learning in the conceptual age. So according to Daniel Pink in 2006, we are moving from an economy and a society built on the logical and the linear, the computer-like capabilities of the information age, to an economy and a society built on the inventive, empathetic, and big picture capabilities of what's rising and rising in its place, the conceptual age. This was mentioned by Daniel Pink in his book in 2006. He was, as I told, he's one of the famous educationists. He used that conceptual age, that terminology. So there are three main sorry. So we have to focus on the three main skills of the conceptual age. So what are the skills? The first one is creativity. The second one is empathy and logic and analysis. These are the three main skills that conceptual age is almost focused on. So what is creativity? So what is empathy? What is logic and analysis? So we can see that also, but we have with a limited time. I can tell, you know, the creativity is something we try new. As educators, we just make the students to go for new things, and as we are also as educators trying new things through studies and researches and some various kind of things. And the empathy is something related with emotional. You know that there are three kinds of empathy: affective empathy and cognitive empathy and semantic empathy. So there are three kinds of empathy. Empathy is what though we have technology adapted system in the education and different strategies that we are using, so we should adapt that empathical condition also with all the people and all the students and all the educators, with our colleagues and everyone. So the logic and analysis is, you know, that it is related with some maths related things. We are just using different logic analysis and logical thinking and analysis matters when we do something, when we do researches and when we teach to the students. So we are having this kind of skill. So these three skills are very important in the conceptual age of the 21st century. Right, you know, if I explain further now that we are in the 4.0, so I think you have heard about this 4.0, the fourth revolution. So if anyone are not aware about this, you can learn about that. You can just Google and you can learn about this 4.0 revolution. So earlier that was in the first revolution was 1.0. That in the that was in the late 18th and the early 19th century. The first revolution was mechanization and steam and water power. You know that during that colonialism, that during that kind of period, when India and Sri Lanka, we were under colonialism for some years. That kind of period was the first revolution. That it was called 1.0. Then the 2.0 is the second revolution. So the late 19th and 20th century, early 20th century is the second revolution. The second revolution is almost focused on the mass production and the electricity. So we were managing everything with mass production and the electricity power. So from that, the later part of the 20th century was called third revolution, the 3.0, electronic and IT related things and the automation kind of things. Right now we are in the modern world with the 4.0, fourth revolution. What is fourth revolution? You know, the fourth industrial revolution is unfolding mostly based on robotization. This is very important concept, robotization. But we are going to adapt in the education system. Not only almost all some of the countries have adopted it. in the robotization concept in the education system. I think there is a study also, I will explain it later. So the robotization is the main concept in the fourth revolution, with supporting IT structures forming cyber physical system. Here you have to learn what is cyber physical system. So now as 21st century people, as 21st century learners, we have to focus on two things: the robotization and the cyber physical system. Right. In education, how CPS, it is called CPS, cyber physical system is connected. As we are educators, how we use a cyber physical system in education. Education means in teaching and learning, even with management, even with curriculum development things. Right? Okay. So further, if I want to tell about that robotization, very important concept in education in the 21st century and learning and teaching. Now, as South Asian countries, we are just apart from that robotization concept, but some of the Asian countries have almost adopted that robotization concept in education. You know, the robots can help in delivering lessons in STEM education. You know what is science and technology, engineering, maths related education. Robots are helping. So you know that Japan expected 500 robots in the classroom in 2019. They plan to take all the teaching and learning activities with the help of 500 robots in 2019. So you know that the next point is Edo. You know, the Edo robot in China is the first educational robot used to help in STEM education system. So if anyone asks a question, so what is what is the name of the robot was first used in the education system was Edo. So in South Korea, a robot, it was called a Robosom, is teaching English, where certified English teachers are rare. In some part of the South Korea, they are doing that kind of activity in the teaching and learning process. They are using robots in teaching. But students with autism, we have to hear, I have to emphasize this point here. Students with autism can be very responsive to robots. You know that the concept, I have done some kind of researches in the field of special needs education. So when the teachers they are capable to teach the students, but when the students are in the classroom with the special needs, they are really unresponsive to deal with them. But according to a study, that robot system is very helpful for the students, special needs students, when they involve in teaching and learning practice. You know that Milo, so Milo, it is called a Milo. You can't call it Milo. Milo robot kind is one of the example of technology being used schools and clinics for children with autism spectrum disorder. Milo is the robot, is a kind of robot was used to teach students with autism. Right? That last point is the research predicts that artificially intelligent robots are likely to replace teach by 2027. So definitely by 2027, artificial intelligent robots will be how can I say, will be recruited to in the teaching and learning process. So as we are educators, so how we are going to adapt that kind of innovation in teaching and learning process, how we are going to adapt the robot culture in the teaching and learning process, as we are South Asian countries, not only South Asian countries, in some African countries also. So we have to face that kind of challenge in 21st century teaching and learning. You know that there are various differences in the 20th and 21st century. 20th century is something different from the 21st century. There are so many differences I have highlighted here. You can read it, and I don't want to tell one by one. So there are some important things I can highlight you, that 20th century teaching, especially I have mentioned here, the classroom was time-based. Everything was time-based. Within time limitation, they try to complete everything. But now the outcome-based. if the time is not enough, the outcome is not achieved, so they have to do that activity again. So the outcome is very important in the 21st century, but the 20th century was different from the 21st. It was a time-based concept. Then the focus on memorization of discrete facts. That 20th century teaching learning was almost focused on memorization, but now it is not memorize things. So it is now something related practical kind of activity and practical things. But they learn, they have to practice in the society. They have to innovate something with the things that the students or anyone can they learn from the school or whatever university. So anywhere, right? Okay, now I come to this point, what is teaching? So there are different various definition for teaching, and people can say imparting knowledge and giving the knowledge, and even the learning also is a kind of teaching, and different definition are there. So here I have mentioned a small description for the concept teaching. Not simply acting as a conduit of knowledge. Teaching is not simply acting as a conduit of knowledge. A lot more than simply imparting the knowledge. So apart from imparting the knowledge, teaching is something more. So what are the more things? Really concerned with transforming lives. Teaching means transforming lives. Not only imparting the knowledge, transforming the lives. So transformation is seen as a positive or permanent and a negative change in the values, attitudes, behavior, mindset, horizon, outlook. So we can't say that teaching is only the imparting the knowledge. It's a kind of a transformation of lives. The transformation may be the positive or permanent or negative change in the values or behavior or attitudes or mindset, the various things, right? So if you think about the 21st century teaching, there are two things we have to focus. The first one is methodology, the other one is approach. So methodology and approach are the two main concepts in the process of effective teaching. So methodology, you know how we are going to use that, what are the methods that available in teaching and learning process. You know that now we are almost adapted with technology integrated, online teaching and learning, so blended teaching and hybrid mode of teaching. So these are how can we adapt that technology integrated teaching and learning and hybrid and blended? That is methodology. Here that approach is how we are going to use the methods. That is approach. So all teachers can learn about methodology. There is no problem. But whether they can apply for that, whether they can use it in the classroom or in a different platform, in the online or in-person classroom, right? That is related to approach. So there are two things: the methodology and approach. Methodology is based on the conceptual thing. So what are the methods and the system and the strategies that are available in teaching and learning process? But when it comes to in the process of approach, that differs from the person to person. Some teachers, some of them are able to use the methodology in different ways. That is their approach of teaching. Some are not able to use that different kind of methodology. They are not capable in using the approach. So, but I emphasize here in teaching, in 21st century teaching and learning, especially in teaching, methodology and approach are the two main concepts, right? If I further tell about the teaching, so I mentioned that teaching means a transformation of lives. So in transformation of lives, there are different various concepts. I have listed here 11 concepts. So I just read it out. So if you want anything, I can say other slide also through the respective person, and I will give some more information if I have that time, enough time, right? The first one is instructing, directing, The third one is questioning, organizing, caring, setting tasks. So advising and guiding, following through, motivating, inspiring, and engaging. The final one is engage. So these are the 11 teaching tasks that help to transform the lives. Right. Definitely, there are 5 types of teaching. There are 5 types of teaching. So we can call the 5 types of teachers in the society. The first one, I just go from the bottom to top. The first type of teacher, first type of teaching is dictatorial teacher. So what is dictatorial teacher? Is some kind, they are just arrogant and they just want to tell everything that they have. They don't listen to anything from the students, and they just do whatever they know, whatever they have to tell to the students during that time. That is that kind of teacher. They are called dictatorial teacher. The second type of teacher is didactic teacher. So didactic teacher is something, they are following some formal kind of things in teaching. They are very capable and they are just going with the traditional way of teaching. They are not adaptive with the new kind of technology and the things. They are didactic teachers. The third one is a demonstrative teacher. Demonstrative teacher, they almost depends on explaining everything. They explain everything to the students. They are adaptive with the technology and everything, but they don't listen to the students. They just explain and finish the class and they just go. That the fourth one is the fourth type of teaching, the pseudo-interrogative teacher. So pseudo-interrogative teacher also is a kind of teacher. They are with adaptive with the everything with the students' empathical condition and the technology adapted things and the new systems and everything. They are adaptive. The pseudo-interrogative teacher. The fifth one is the creative teacher. As creative teacher. So in this 21st century teaching, so very important type of teacher, you know, that we all must be as a creative teacher. When we are creative teacher only, we can develop the students as creative learners. Right.
Vivek sir, please conclude your lecture, because the resource person for next technical session has arrived.
Okay.
Please.
Okay, I will just conclude very quickly. So just teaching is a reflective practice, you know, that it teach and self-assess and consider and practice. So we are now facing with even more challenges than last century teaching. So 21st century teaching is different. We have different types of concepts that we have to adapt in this teaching and learning process. So I have listed here. I don't have enough time to explain everything one by one. So you can just see the slide and you can just catch some points. Then how should 21st century teaching be? You know that there are 3 types of teaching: pre-teaching and post-teaching. In this kind of teaching, we have to adapt everything. So you know that technology integration in teaching. So when we think about the technology integration, we have to think about that technology pedagogical content knowledge. So what is TPAC? Knowledge, how we are going to adapt that technology integration in teaching. Then what is learning? So you know what is learning is you know that change of behavior. We can normally say change of behavior, but learning is something different from behavioral change. There is something more to tell, but I just want to go very fast. So every learner is a unique personality, you know. Learning readiness, learning willingness, learning commitment. These are the very important concepts in the 21st century learning. So you know that if I want to tell the manifestation of successful learning, so there are different manifestations in successful learning: cognitive learning, life copying skill, and lifelong learning skills. These are the manifestations of successful learning. So this is I got this from the Google for the 21st learning concept. Then levels of learning, you know, levels of learning competences. there are three levels: adapting and innovating. So based on these three competences, the learning is happening. So I just want to tell this that 21st century skill revolution. There are three types of skill, not two types. We all know that hard skill and soft skills. So we have learned about this. What is hard skill and soft skill? There are other kind of skill that is called go-getting skills. So what is go-getting skill? You just note it down and just search in the Google and just learn about that. Go-getting skill. So under go-getting skill, creative thinking skill, and there are some kind of skill you can learn it. I can explain very everything very quickly because with the time limitation. Okay, as 21st century teaching and learning should be focused on three concepts, three teaching and learning models: STEM, STEAM, and STREAM. So these are the main three teaching and educational models in the 21st century teaching and learning. Right. You know that to wind up my presentation, I have to mention this 2030 that UN Sustainable Development Goals on the quality education is, you know, that the fourth SDG goal to achieve it in 2030. So based on this quality education goal, as we all are educators, we should try to adapt everything in the 21st century in teaching and learning process. So I started my presentation with the quotation. I just want to finish my presentation with the quotation also. The illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read and write, but those who cannot learn and unlearn and relearn. So this is the quotation from Alvin Toffler. So with the Alvin Toffler quotation, I just wind up my presentation. So once again, I thank you very much for Cape Comorians publisher and other supportive organizers and the speakers and the eminent keynote speaker and everyone for this opportunity for me from here in Sri Lanka. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, you can ask. I think I have done something very useful to you all. Thank you very much.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, tell me.
Sir, you mentioned that for conceptual knowledge, three skills are required: creativity, empathy, and logic. In the next slide, you mentioned that we are using robots for teaching purpose. Sir, robots are very well deal with creativity and logic. How can they deal with empathy? That's the question.
No, that okay, that question okay, but no, I told that from the information age, just we have moved from the conceptual age, but that is not the meaning that we have totally left from the information age. Now that some people are even calling now the 21st century is the information age. That is also we can accept that one also. But what here it is mentioned. With the technology adaptive things, the technology based strategies and the techniques, we have to focus on then some emotional related things with the students. If you don't focus the emotional related things, so we can deal with the students in future. Your question is, I think, how can robots deal with
yes, sir, emotions, because they are lacking with emotions.
Emotional related things, because they are going to adapt the robotism and the robotization in 2027, though there may be, that means do not accept any we don't have teachers and even the people who are going to teach in future. So we will get some help from that. We will get some help from robots, and with that we will also have to involve with activities. Now, but now the digitalization, that digital concept has spread everywhere, and in future I think definitely the robotization also will get the feelings and everything in future.
Okay, sir, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
I would like to add to that. The Shell Bala was asking. So what I think Dr. Vivek is hinting at, it is to be a blending mode. what we are a blended mode of teaching and learning, where we bring in artificial intelligence, robots, but the human element, of course, stays. The human teacher, of course, we cannot do away. So it has to be a blended, a balanced mode of approach. What I think
blended.
you were hinting at, if I'm right.
Yes, blended mode, madam.
Yeah.
Even I mentioned that in South Korea they are using for the only the teaching English.
Yeah.
Concept.
It has to be a blended mode. So the human element we cannot do away with completely. That always stays. So the empathy will come in from there. And technology to be used for in the aid of man, and not to be totally dependent on technology.
Yes, we can leave we can totally leave from that human aspect.
Yes. Sorry, I'm intruding in somebody else's session. I'm so sorry. But I thought, sorry, please carry on. Please carry on.
Thank you, ma'am.
So any other questions from the audience side? If any, they can ask. So I think no more questions from the audience side, and it indicates that how beautifully you have made us understood, what was there in your lecture. Thank you so much, R. Rajesh, R. Vivek, sir. It was a wonderful session with you, and thank you for giving your valuable time to us. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay,
and with